Yo, what is going on, my brethren? Welcome to another MLB The Show 20 video. In this one, I'm going to be breaking down the Stage 3 Team Affinities yet again, and I'm going to be talking about, in my opinion, the top 5 teams to go for if you're starting at 0% or 0 points with these Team Affinities if you're starting from scratch. So this is not a video ranking the Stage 3 rewards by themselves. I already did that video. Link to that video is in the description below. What this video is which teams you should target to get the most bang for your buck or bang for your time if you are behind on these affinities and you are starting from scratch. So we're going to break down the top 5 teams. You can get some really sick cards by tunneling on these 5 teams, and we'll have a couple honorable mentions at the end. I'm gonna be ranking these 1 through 5, so you can see I'm on the Twins. They are actually the #1 team affinity right now, in my opinion, when taking into consideration all 3 of the cards you get as reward. So starting off with Stage 1, 87 Byron Buxton. Still in love with this card to this day. In-game speed, in-game defense. Don't let the hitting attributes fool you. If you play below legend, he will still hit bombs for you. He still hits. Just an amazing card. You guys know I love Buxton if you have been watching me. For Stage 2, you get Alex Kirilloff, who really has grown on me a lot. Left-handed first baseman, good contact, good power, gold defense. You can also play him in the outfield if you so choose, but the 44 speed may give you some problems out there. Good swing, one of the better Future Stars cards that I used. Love me some Alex Kirilloff, and then 99 Harmon Killebrew, in my opinion, just really put the Twins over the top and why they are ranked #1 in this video. You just aren't going to find power like this really anywhere else in Team Affinities, maybe not even in the game. Maxed out power versus left, better contact versus right, which you face righties more, and still 121 power. Good enough defense at third. Defense doesn't really matter at third base as much as it does in other positions, and Killebrew just has a sick swing in general. This is one of the best Stage 3 releases, and looking at all 3 of the Twins cards, I think they are the best overall team affinity right now. At number 2, dethroned from the last time I did this video when Stage 2 came out, but still number 2, the San Diego Padres. Just another amazing affinity. It's going to give you 3 really good hitters. So starting at Stage 1, face of the franchise, Fernando Tatis Jr. Super good swing. Pretty much everything you want in a card. Great power, good enough contact, good enough fielding, 89 speed, really good swing, multiple positions. Nothing but good things to say about this card. Still very usable despite only being an 88 overall. Then moving on to Stage 2 and the Future Stars, one of my favorite Future Stars yet again, Taylor Trammell. Great swing, over 80 power versus right, 94 speed, and diamond fielding if you play him in his primary position of left field. Not big on arm strength. I don't think it's very important most of the time, so you may look at that and think it's a knock against this card. But me personally, one of the most well-rounded, best Future Stars cards, Stage 2 releases. And then, of course, you know, for the legend face of the franchise, we got 99 Tony Gwynn, who himself is going to have diamond defense and 85 speed in right field. So if you knock out the Padres team affinity starting from scratch, you're going to have a gold defense shortstop with pop and speed. You're going to have a diamond defense left fielder with pop and speed. And you're going to have a diamond defense right fielder with maxed out contact and good speed. So Padres affinity is honestly insane. It's right up there with the Twins. I just have them ranked at number 2. Shooting up to number 3, we have the Cleveland Indians. Again, a big fan of all 3 of the cards that this team affinity provides. Starting with Stage 1, face of the franchise, Carlos Santana. Really good card, switch hitter, over 80 power versus both sides. I would probably play him at first or third base. Having him at catcher is possible, but he's not going to throw anyone out. People are going to steal on you all day. But at the very least, this could be a great bench bat for you too. Switch hitter, good power, balanced attributes as far as power goes. Moving on to Stage 2, Nolan Jones. Very similar to Nolan Gorman. We got a lot of left-handed pop in the Stage 2 releases, and this was one of them. Again, you're going to be facing right-handed pitching most often. 96 contact, 106 power, very good. And just the contact falls off versus left. He still maintains a lot of power. Also 95 arm strength at third base, could be good at times. I probably, again, wouldn't play this card in the outfield because of the speed, but overall, very solid Stage 2 release. And then the new legend, Jim Thome, in Stage 3. just a tank of a first baseman, maxed out power versus right, almost maxed out contact versus right. If you go ahead and knock out this Indians Team Affinity, you are going to be having some hitters in your lineup that just destroy right-handed pitching. So I think it's a solid affinity start to finish. Number 4, this one may be a little controversial because the pitchers in the affinity, some people aren't a big fan of, but the Atlanta Braves Team Affinity is going to give you a switch hitting middle infielder with pop and a couple of really solid high overall starting pitchers. So stage 1 release, Ozzy Albies. Don't let the attributes versus righties fool you. His swing generates enough power to still do a lot of damage versus right, and obviously if you get him up against a lefty, he's going to do even more work. Can also play shortstop as a secondary if you so choose, and gold fielding at second base with 73 speed. Very solid stage 1 release. For stage 2, we got Kyle Wright for the Future Stars. One of the better Future Stars pitchers in my opinion from the release. Some people didn't like him. I personally thought he was one of the better options from all the starters that we got. Very solid pitcher in my opinion. I like his release point. It allows me to throw off speed high, which I like to do a lot. And his release point makes his sinker look like it has a little extra sink. So I personally like Kyle Wright. And then if you knock it out all the way to stage 3, you're going to end up with 99 John Smoltz. Remains to be seen if this card is in game, but at the very least, very solid 99 overall pitcher. And the Braves affinity top to bottom is going to bolster your rotation a lot. I think it's a really good overall option for starting from scratch. And finally, at number 5, we're going to have the Cincinnati Reds. This one is only in 5th because the stage 1 release was so bad, but I feel like their stage 2 and 3 releases were so amazing that they still warrant a top 5 spot. So Joey Votto, really quick, not a good card, wasn't a fan, so we're going to skip right over him. But these stage 2 and 3 releases, like I said, were just so over the top good that I still think the Reds is one of the best team affinities. Nick Lodolo, even after the stage 3 releases, still debatably a top 5 starting pitcher in the game. His pitches move so much, he's so hard to square up, he's left-handed, his delivery's kind of funky. Nothing but positive things to say. If you've been around the community in the last couple months, you know just how good this Nick Lodolo card is. And then putting him over the top is this Eric Davis release for stage 3. As far as I'm concerned, this is a 5-tool center fielder, debatably end game. I think his prestige probably is end game because you're going to end up at 99 speed, 99 stealing. Just an incredible card. Just overall, pretty much Buxton, but with hitting attributes. It's honestly, I can't describe how insanely good this card is. So the Reds are in 5th because Lodolo is still debatably top 5, and Eric Davis, especially prestige version, is debatably end game. Let's round the video out with a couple of honorable mentions. The first honorable mention for best team affinity start to finish is the Washington Nationals. We got this 89 Juan Soto, again one of the best stage 1 releases. Plays good enough defense in the left, and something about his swing just generates so much power. Even when I get this guy up against a lefty, if I put a good swing on the ball, I feel like I'm always launching it into orbit. One of my favorite stage 1 cards was Juan Soto. I ranked him as S tier when I ranked them all after using them. In stage 2, a little underwhelming, Luis Garcia, but we actually didn't get any second baseman at all in stage 3, so you could reel it back to stage 2 and pick up a solid second base option here in Luis Garcia. Gold defense at second. You can also play him at third and short if you so choose. Left-handed, again, you're going to hit against righties a lot. The 108 contact, 81 power is sick. 64 speed is good enough. And then finally, for stage 3, 99 Andre Dawson. Love this card. Pretty much a 5-tool player as well. Also, if you do the Andre Dawson Prestige, he is going to get diamond defense in all outfield positions with 88 speed. Just an incredible card. I think the Nats super underrated team affinity. I love all 3 of their cards. And to finish off the video, this one is kind of controversial. I'm mostly putting it out there for you guys that actually like Brusdar Graterol. The Dodgers, honorable mention, I suppose. For me personally, I hated Brusdar Graterol, but a lot of you have told me that you are in love with him. So if you are a Brusdar Graterol fan, or you're a fan of guys that just throw super hard with no control, the Dodgers is a great option for you. Justin Turner in stage 1 was just okay for me. You really need him to hit against a lefty to have success, but overall a decent stage 1 release. But really why this affinity is an honorable mention is because of Gratterall and obviously Hershiser being one of the best pitchers in the game right now. Gratterall, we were all hyped for this release. He's got the outlier on his sinker. It just seems like I couldn't locate anything with this card, but like I said, if you're a fan of Gratterall, it makes this affinity infinitely better, because if this card played up to his potential on his attributes, an amazing pitcher, man. But obviously we know about Oral Hershiser, has to be mentioned. Definitely a top 5 starting pitcher in the game, debatably first. Just an incredible card, so much movement, so much speed differential, so hard to square up, a smooth delivery that's easy to pitch with analog pitching. Just had to be mentioned with the Dodgers, because between Bruce Dar and Oral, you can really bolster your rotation. If you roll through the Braves and the Dodgers, that's already 4 starting pitchers that's going to be bolstering your rotation for free. That's going to wrap up the video. Obviously, I couldn't cover all of the affinities that are pretty good. There's a lot of affinities that are pretty good, so don't destroy me in the comments if I didn't mention a team that you think is good. This is just, in my opinion, the best Team Affinity rewards from start to finish, getting all 3 stages done. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more MLB The Show 20 content. Thank you for all the support this year. I appreciate it a ton. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Peace.